Hey, welcome back to AZ Backroad Adventures. I actually wasn't going to film a video this week. I took last week and went and hung out with some friends for their birthday. We went up towards Young, up near Payson. I'd never been up there before. They had a great spot, so we went up there, hung out, camped out for supposed to be 2 nights. Ended up being 1 for me. They stayed a couple more nights. I had some struggles putting the tent on. That video is coming soon. So I wasn't going to make a video this week. I was just going to relax and hang out and take a week off. And then one of you guys had commented asking for updates on the control arm install, what I thought and kind of afterthoughts. So I thought it might be kind of nice to take a walk around in the truck, talk about some of the things I've already done, and give some updates as to where we're at. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to start out at the front end of the truck here. So one of the very first things that I did was install the winch. That is the Harbor Freight Badlands 12,000 pound synthetic line winch. If you haven't seen that video yet, go back and take a look. It was, like I said, one of the first videos. Pros, absolutely love the winch. I've only had to use it twice, and both times it worked great. No issues whatsoever. My only gripe is actually my fault, and it is this trim that I used to put around here to kind of seal this off. I used some very cheap door molding, and since then I've gotten some tips from a couple of people on how to update that. The only downside to doing it this way instead of with a dedicated bumper is in order to operate my winch, I actually have to come down through here, reach my hand down in, well, right where the camera is at, but reach my hand down in order to switch it over from free spool to engaged. Other than that, winch controller and everything is right here. Very easy to access. My main power switch for it is right here, easy to access. And you know, people always say, oh well, yeah, if you got to reach down in there it's kind of a pain. Well, I have to turn on the controller and turn on the power, so the hood has to come open anyways. It's not a big deal for me. Don't mind my filthy engine bay. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing a video this week. One of the things I did not feature that I did is I had to relocate my light bar. I had it down here when we were first starting, and I installed the winch. I lost that space, so I had to move it up here. I had to buy some brackets. I want to say I got them from Tacoma Lifestyle, maybe Cali Raised. I don't know. I'll look it up, and you'll see it at the bottom here. But what I didn't like is, if you can see in here, I actually had to notch my grill to get these brackets to fit in here. And it was kind of putting pressure on the bracket. I also had to drill other holes. You're not going to be able to see it, but I had to drill other holes basically in between the holes that it was, the slots that it had, in order to fit the light bar in the correct spot. Didn't really like that, especially for the price tag. Moving on back, we'll go into the upper control arms. These are the KSP Performance. At the time I did these, they just happened to be something that was affordable, that had some good reviews, and I was not, affiliated with them in any way. Since then, I actually am an affiliate for them. So there's a link in the description below, and you can save 8%. Because it is an affiliate link, I will let you know that for every time someone orders using my link, I will get a little bit of a kickback from that. They're not paying me to say this, anything like this. This is 100% my honest opinion on it. I just like the product, so I have an affiliate link. Things I like about it. You can see the urethane bushings here. I like the urethane bushings. Obviously, in a perfect world, I would like the adjustable Heim joints, but urethane bushings are the next best thing. They are replaceable. You can walk into almost any off-road shop and get these bushings. They are also greasable. So as I do an oil change, I can grease them. You can see I recently did an oil change and got them all greased up. The geometry of them is to correct all of your alignment geometry for anywhere between 0 to a 4-inch lift. The install was very straightforward. They have your brackets for your ABS lines and everything on there, the little stud for it. Everything was very simple, very straightforward, and so far they have held up great. I haven't had any issues with bump steer or anything like that. I've only had to go get an alignment once. I need to actually go get an alignment again as I took a pretty hard hit on the trail. You can see that's supposed to be straight out. It's actually kicked back in. No issues with the control arms at all. Next item, the suspension. When I did my lift, I went with the Icon. It's the 2.5 kit. The front has no reservoirs. See if I can get you a better angle here. So this is the complete adjustable coilover set. And I went with the without reservoirs. Wasn't necessarily intentional. I wanted the reservoirs. I'm really glad I didn't, and I'll show you why when we get to the rear. Install was an absolute cakewalk. Extremely simple, extremely straightforward. I really like how the bolts are up on the top here, so you're not trying to, get a socket over the top of the little studs sticking out and reaching. They're just real nice and easy to get to. I've never had them come loose, rattle, anything like that. Those were great. Rock sliders, one of my more recent videos. These ones have been great. They have held up extremely well. That's what actually took the brunt of the hit when I came off that rock on the front. I don't know if you can even see, but basically all through here you can see where they got scraped up. As we move to the back, here is my complaint with Icon suspension. So as you can see, and I kind of left my truck dirty for this aspect of it on purpose. See if I can get you straightened out without turning you here. All right, so as you can see how this all is dry down here and this all looks wet, okay? As we come over to the reservoir, I don't remember if it's this side or the other side. Must be the other side. Anyways, I put these on, and this side, this fitting right here came loose on the very first trail ride I ever went on. People behind me said, "Oh, hey, you're leaking something." So I pulled over. I realized what it was. I was only, maybe 15 miles from home. We finished out the trail ride. I went home. I contacted Icon. I called their customer service as well as sent an email, and I never heard back from them. Luckily, I went into the store that I bought the shocks from, and we went back and forth for a minute, and I was like, "Hey, look, they were like 2 weeks old." And the guy's like, "Okay, yeah, no problem, just bring it in." Still a royal pain. I had to take the shock off, take it into the store, get a ride, and then turn around and get the new one, come back, put it on. Since then, so this one is actually the warranted shock. That one is leaking. We'll go around the other side here. This one is one of the original ones, and it is leaking at the end fitting here, and I think in the fitting I saw it in here leaking as well. Again, now it's been like 6 months. I contacted Icon and never heard anything back. It wasn't until I commented on someone else's post on Instagram, they were having an issue as well. I commented on their post and said, yeah, something about, I'm having a similar issue with mine. Don't even try to contact Icon. You'll never hear from them. The Icon representative reached out to me and said, hey, I'm so sorry that you're having this issue. Send me a DM. I'll get you taken care of right away. Whoever runs their social media account is really trying to do a good job and trying to do the right thing. It is whoever is in their customer service part of it that is not doing the right thing. So, see if I can get this over here without getting in the sun. So what happened after that? The person from their social media team reached out to me and said, hey, send me all the information. I'll send it over to our customer service people. We'll get you taken care of right away. Like, hey, great. That's awesome. Send them all the information. And they said, somebody will reach out to you by the end of the day. Cool. Didn't hear from anybody. It's like a Wednesday or a Thursday. So I waited until Monday. Sent the guy a message and said, hey, this is my exact complaint. Case in point, I still haven't heard from anybody. It's been like 4 days. The person said, oh, that's my fault. I failed to send the information to the rep. All right, mistakes happen. We forget stuff all the time. He said, I'm sending it right now. You'll hear from them by tomorrow, end of day. 3 weeks went by before I even got the email from them. And now, even though I've already sent them 2 emails previously, they're asking for pictures of everything, where it's leaking, the invoice number, all of this different stuff. And so I've sent all that to them. That was about a week ago. I have still yet to hear back from them again. Not even a, hey, we got your information. Thanks for the follow-up. We'll be in touch. Just no response. So, before you're dealing with companies, even reputable companies, I looked around. I thought Icon was a great company. But maybe try to call their customer service. See if you can even get a hold of somebody before you buy their products. Because I will tell you right now, I will never deal with Icon again. Their products are great when they work. I mean, my suspension is amazing. But how long is it going to be amazing until all the fluid leaks out of those rear shocks and I have issues? Or am I going to be on a trail in the middle of nowhere and have a shock blowout, completely lose all the fluid and be in a situation? So I will be replacing those as quickly as I can, or I'm able to, with a different brand. All right, enough on that. Let's move. We're right here by the taillights. Come right here. Well, apparently I rant too long. I lost the GoPro battery. So we'll switch over to the phone and hopefully this is okay. Taillights. I think they're the Alpha Lux, whatever. I honest to goodness don't know the brand of them. I got these from Tacoma Beast. And the only reason I got them was because they were the darker lenses. I wanted it for the truck. Great taillights, love them. I get compliments on those all the time. Price wasn't bad. What else? The bed stiffeners, Rugged Works bed stiffeners. That video is up last week. They were extremely easy to install. Love them. Great product. Highly recommend that. We'll move inside real quick. Please excuse how filthy my truck is. We've been out almost every weekend, and if I'm going out the next weekend, there's not really any point in cleaning it. So I'll probably clean it this weekend because I'm not going out this weekend. All right, so inside of the truck. See if I can do this since I can't see what's going on here. The Taco Garage dash top multi-mount. So as you can see, this is the mount that goes along the top side of the dash there, and I have the magnetic phone mount. I'll have to get some still photos of it. This thing is amazing. This is probably the best. I don't even remember how much it was. The panel, and then you buy the kit, whatever, save on shipping. I use this thing all the time. I originally was like, oh, I'll be taking it in and out. I'll be taking it on and off. You know, that's why I got the one that was really flush and kind of hidden. I was like, I'm not just going to leave it up there all the time. This thing, I use it all the time. Super awesome, hands-free. You can maneuver it all around. Excuse me. I needed a spot for my radio. So the radio came with this little clip. I simply took a piece of flat metal. I painted it. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job prepping it. Drilled a hole in it. And when I don't want to have this on here, all I got to do is unscrew my magnet, throw it on the floor, and then I can screw it right back on, and the bracket is off there. So I like that. It was simple. I had a piece of metal sitting around, so it didn't cost me anything. And it holds my radio great. Speaking of radio, again, please don't judge my filthy truck. Down here. So we're looking right down here. This is the port for my Midland radio. And basically I keep the radio, you know, tucked away, and when I want to use it, I just plug it in here, hang it up. I'll go ahead and shoot that video, guys, for you next week. For you guys, wow, grammar. Shoot that video for you guys next week so you can see how I did that, what it entails, because that is awesome. This is a dual USB plug with a voltmeter in the middle of it. Let me find my truck keys here. So what I like about this is you get instant power. So I can see, oh, right now it's down at 12.1. $13.7. That comes in really handy, especially if you are on the trail and you're running, you know, different accessories and stuff, and maybe you've got the truck off. I run my fridge all the time. My fridge is now on, you know, constant power, so it allows me to, you know, check the battery voltage. I want to do a dual battery setup. I just don't have the money for it at this moment exactly. So that one is awesome. I got that on Amazon. I can link that below. If it's a standard holder, standard switch panel. This little guy is a dual USB-C charger that plugs into the cigarette lighter. So we have this little 12-volt outlet here. I think most of the trucks have these, even with different models. So that plugs in there, and now I have extra power, two for, you know, a passenger cell phone, camera batteries, whatever. I've got my phone charger here. This one, cord I just keep here for the drone. And that allows me to use this, which I would also highly recommend. It's a 64 gig USB device, and that allows me to put all of my music on a little jump drive to where I don't have to worry about having songs downloaded on my phone or any sort of service to still have radio and stuff when we're out off-roading. So love that. Got the Miso Customs dual color map lights. These are super nice. I love them. I did not do the back one. Try not to blind you guys there in the glare. Goodness. So I didn't do the back one, specifically because when the kids are in the back seat, a lot of times they will ask, you know, hey, can I turn the light on for a minute? And these things are so bright, I wouldn't be able to see anything. So definitely didn't do the back one. Let's see here. The only other thing that I've really done that I would give an update on would be the third brake light from Tacoma Lifestyle. That one is awesome also. I would highly recommend that. Clearly right now you can't see it because the rooftop tent. but I'm going to redesign the brackets for the tent. They're only rated at 330 pounds because of the side rails. So the way that it bolts into these rails with no support on the bedside, it's only rated for 330 pounds. The tent's 93. The rack has got to be 40, I'd say, and I'm 170. So you figure just me and the rack is 210, and then add the tent in there is another, 93, whatever, miscellaneous hardware and whatever else. So now you're talking about, we're pushing 300 pounds, and that's not even anything, that's just me. Luckily, most of the time it is just me. So I think every time it's just me. So I don't want to have to worry about if, anybody does decide to actually come camping with me and wants to stay in the tent, whatever. I don't have to worry about, weight, whatever. So I'm redesigning those. I'm also redesigning them because I don't like the height. I know that it's pretty simple to keep the bed height, the height of the bed isn't bad, but it sits above the cab just ever so slightly, and I don't like that. So what I want to do is I actually want to reduce this distance at least in half and bring it down much closer to the bed height. And then I've got some other things planned for that rack in the future. So we'll definitely get there. Lots of great content coming. I've been working the 9 to 5 as well as trying to still produce, a video every week. And as of right now, I've been keeping up with it fairly well. I do have a lot of time off coming in the next few weeks. So I'm hoping to put out a bunch of new videos coming into the new year. We have another group run coming up on December 10th, overnight to the 11th. So if you want to join us, for part of the day, the whole day, overnight, you can look us up on the Facebook page. All the event details is on there. It's just AZ Backroad Adventures on Facebook. What else? Like I said, this wasn't a very planned video, so I'm hoping to just kind of one take it and get it out. I had to run some errands, and I'm in the back of this parking lot by Kohl's, and I figured, I'll be in the back here. There's not going to be any there's so much traffic back here. It is ridiculous. Anyways, so yeah, find us on Facebook. Please like, subscribe. I would appreciate that. I've grown some subscribers, but I'm still trying to get to 1,000. I still have my fingers crossed by the end of the year. So, share the channel. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like what I'm doing, tell me to do something different. Give me some ideas for videos. Those of you that, watch all the time. I'm open to ideas. If you guys want to see, more trail stuff, if you want to have me get more in depth on stuff. I know someone was asking about a more in-depth idea for wiring. So I do have some wiring coming up. I've got some chase lights that I'm going to mount on the bottom of the rack here. So I'll get a little bit more in depth on wiring stuff and kind of how to and why type of stuff there. But definitely, any other ideas you have, please let me know. I've slept in that tent exactly one night, so I don't even have an assessment on it yet, but it's one of the videos that is coming because I've got a few more weekends of camping going. I think that's about it for now. So like I said, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. For all the new subscribers, please go back, check out some of the other videos, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great one. Thanks.